Welcome back to day 5 of the 10-day playbook challenge. Today, we've got a gem. The Maryland playbook may just be the most versatile playbook in NCAA 26. This thing is loaded with 7 of the most popular and best formations in the entire game, all in one book. You have bunch, you have normal, wild, close, you have multiple of trip sets. You name it, it's in here. And if you're looking for an offense to dominate through the air, this lets you scheme however you want, and defenses aren't going to be able to slow you down. So let's break it down and show you how to dominate from every angle with the Maryland Terrapins playbook. Also, I want to shout out everybody that's been a supporter of viewing and subbing to the channel. Without you guys, we couldn't do this and continue to make content for you guys. When we hit 250 subs, I'm giving a personal shout out to the first person to comment on the video once we reach that milestone. And at 300 subs, the first comment is going to get a special formation or playbook breakdown that they're choosing. All right, so jumping into this Maryland playbook, we're just going to kind of show you some of the things here. They got a few different pistol sets that are pretty solid that you can mess around with. Y off trips, there's a pistol bunch, U off trips. So you got your different stretch. You have some RPO alert flats in here. There's some good stuff here under center, or not under center, but from the pistol formation. But the money here is the amount of passing sets here in this gun. And like I said, there is normal Y off close. We're going to end up going over this. Normal Y off is actually another really good one as well. Oh, some different plays in here as well with the fake jet pass, fake touch, fake jet pass power, the seam. You got some RPOs in here that's real solid that you can scheme out of. But here you got trips tight end offset, another popular scheme. Then you actually have the trips tight end as well. They got some cool stuff in here with the shuffles that they've implemented. Then bunch offset. Now, here's one thing. Bunch offset and normal Y off close. Two of the best formations in the game, and they're only found in 2 playbooks. This one and the one we broke down in day 2, Bowling Green. Also another great passing playbook. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out as well. You got some stacks in here. You got some spread, some versatility. Bunch open offset is another scheme that is very easy to be efficient and can be very problematic if people don't know how to defend it well. These RPO screens and bubbles with the speed out route make the solo receiver super, super dangerous. So people are going to have to commit to playing a man over there or playing a hard flat from the outside corner. So keep that in mind with this bunch open offset if we go into it. Bunch strong Y, they got a bunch of stuff. They got the orbit plays in here. You got your inside zone, you got your motions, and then of course you got clear out FL in, and then you got speed options. So a bunch of different variations of the trips, and then one of my favorites is the trips halfback weak. You got the shuffle shock halfback option, shuffle mid screen. Mid screens are really good in this game if you guys have not been using them. They're in a lot of playbooks. Find ways to get those into your offense, even if they're just here and there plays. RPO alert bubble, bubble screen, slip screen, and then classic base off tackle, and then they actually don't have the direct snap in here. Trips halfback weak, but they got a nice little flood and an all curl play. So again, you see mini sets in here, but let's actually jump in and break down. Let's go to normal Y off close. PA snag, great play. There's a couple ways you can do this. Number one setup, I just like streaking Y, and you'll have the play action. You'll have your flat to A, be on the little button hook. X is usually really good here on this post to get behind, as Y will stretch out the safety here. And that's kind of the pass that we were looking for. Really actually tighter contested coverage, but last time I'm going to show setup 1 here. And again, I'm not really looking to the right side. I just want to show you how this post really gets open here. Right under a beautiful spot there. And the free safety is unable to make a play because he had to pay attention to the streak that was going down the middle of the field. That allows that post route to come in underneath. So here's one of the other setups I like doing is put Y on the streak. You can put B here on the speed out route, and then I like to put the tight end here on a zig route. So, and if anybody doesn't know, if you want to cancel play action, you hold RT at the snap, and he'll get out of it quick. And so the whole thing with speed out routes is if you see the outside corner, if they're not playing outside the receiver and kind of close to the line of scrimmage, then that snap throw is going to be there right away. We'll see if we get it here. Kind of pass let it up there, but you see he was actually wide open. Let's run that one more time here. And again, that's with no pass lead. Actually, I just held the button down. So that's why I really like adding this in there. The play action will freeze the defense, and so they're not going to be able to use their or switch stick over there. They're not going to be looking at that. And then you also have the zig here that is going to be very good for short yardage situation as well. And so here for setup 3, actually what we're going to do is if we want to bring it back over the middle, I'm going to put B on a return route, A on a drag. So now I have stuff coming underneath going to the left, and I still have that post as a threat over the middle. Here, there's the play action play. Here's this return route underneath for a couple yards. And we'll run this one more time, just kind of give you guys an idea. Right? You see, drag. But the post is wide open. He got rubbed against the guy, so we can't end on that kind of play. So run this one more time. Drags open. And even with them grabbing our receiver from the back, the post is wide open. So again, this is just some variation out of PA snag that you can do. A very, very good play. Now let's go look at the most popular play in normal Y off close. It is going to be the Y sail. Very simple. There's two different kind of setups here. Number one is we're going to drag Y, and then you can quick snap it. Y underneath for very quick play. Going to get you about 10 yards. The other thing here is you have this corner route from A. They're going to get deeper down the field. On the sideline here against this cover 3 look, you have the backside in from X. And then again, taking what the defense gives you. If nobody takes the flats right away, we'll throw to RB. They did take it away, and we got a terrible pass lead out of bounds. But you saw the post route was wide open. Again, there's our flat route. Turn it upfield. Get some good yards there. If they're not going to get down and play hard flats or have man that's already outside there, it is going to be problematic because they're just going to eat up free yards all day. So let's just see if we can get a look here at the backside dig or an actual completion here to the tight end A. Roll out a little bit. And there is the tight end down on the corner on the side. But you'll see this in route will cook man, especially you have a good receiver out there with the cutter ability. They really just get inside and underneath any kind of man coverage, and then it will get behind the zone when they drop down for the drag. Setup 2 is, again, drag Y, but now you're going to streak the tight end, and you're going to wheel route your running back here. And if you're on the wide side of the field, B, as you notice, is kind of on a fade route. It's slowly going outside. He can be thrown out wide depending on the coverage. RB will get open either as a snap throw or deeper down the sideline, and then your reads with Y and X are the same. And if the middle's wide open, you can always quick snap it to your tight end like this and steal some free yardage from them as well. So let's run this a few more times, just kind of show you how this is here. Nice little snap throw out to the running back. We break a tackle, get some extra yards. All right, the last time we're going to look at it here again, see what they're going to give us. If they're going to bring this man pressure blitz like that, you're going to have that wheel route wide open. All right, so you also have the jet pass fake zone and the zone fake jet. Incorporate these here into this formation. I'm not going to actually show footage of it here, but the thing is you want to mix these up, and you want to run, just for example, zone fake jet. You may run this 2 or 3 times, and then maybe the third or the fourth time you'll run the fake zone. And what that does, it's going to get the user moving, and if they see that you run the fake jet 3 times and you run up the middle, then they're going to stop moving their user or setting their defense up to play outside, and that's going to open up the actual jet pass itself. So that here, and then let's take a look here at Mesh Spot. Mesh Spot is a great stock play. You have this wheel route that you can quick snap and throw it right away. You have your drags underneath with A and Y, and then B will sit right in the middle of certain things. Or you can actually put B on an in route and stem him up to give him like a later read over the middle if the user vacates the middle. So you can leave it stock or run it completely the same. Here, just hit one of your drags, take some easy yards. You see it's going to beat man coverage. A lot of time, if they're in man coverage, these rub routes are going to actually knock one of the defenders off, and they will be wide open here. Here, again, now we're hitting the tight end, take some free yards. Look at this one or two more times here. Here's the little quick throw I was talking about to the running back. Again, stealing 4 or 5 yards. So you see we've hit the drag routes. We've hit the wheel. Again, in routes, completely cooked man. It does not matter. Make sure you guys are looking at this route. It's very good. And like I said, if you want to keep that little hook there in the middle, you can keep it there. It's a nice little quick throw. And that's really going to be mesh spot in a nutshell. So very simple play. You have that. You have Y sail. You have PA snag, fake jet pass in the zone fake jet. You have a read option play. You have an inside zone power read. That's not one of my staples, but again, normal Y off close is one of the best formations in the game. And if you guys can master just those few plays, incorporate the run, it is going to be very tough for the defense to be able to get any kind of stops on you here. Now let's take a look here at bunch offset. Right away, we're going to go into the best play. One of the best default plays in the game, actually, does not need an adjustment. You can quick snap it. Is you're going to have the point receiver, RB, running this kind of deep crosser. A's on a wheel, B's on a wheel. A and B both can be kind of snap thrown. A can also be hit down the seam. And then Y is really the route that I always look to immediately. I try to make the defense respect this right away. If he doesn't get stuck, is those other routes are going to stretch up the field and leave the running back wide open. All right, so I could show you this a bunch of times where Y is just going to get wide open underneath. And again, a user is really going to have to take that away or cross man when he's coming underneath to be able to stop that. Now we're going to shift our eyes to the right here, looking at B and A and then even RB. See what's going on here. And this is where you can snap throw B and get 4 to 5 yards if that outside corner just backs up and there's nobody playing in the flat. Here, you get a little man coverage here. You can hit the crosser, click on, come underneath. And then here we'll show you a little spot. A kind of gets in this beautiful little pocket over that defender there. As he's shuffling back, he's not going to be able to get that. But I understand how that could look like it's a tight throw. If you got a mobile quarterback here, use your feet. We got a goofy animation running into our running back. As you see, this is one of the best plays in the game, just off default. And if you want to put RB on a little bit better of a route, I'm sorry, you could put him on a post, or you could put him on a deep crosser, much better against man or finding his way against certain zones. As you see here, we overthrow a wide open guy. All right, and then the last thing here, let's put this RB back on a crosser real quick. And he just runs so much more cleaner across. I like it better than the default crossing route. And you see we get a touchdown there, but it's not even so much about getting a touchdown. It's just the separation. He just runs an angle route on this default. I don't think that gives you a good chance at a pass lead and allows that safety to come and make a play on it. The only other thing I would actually say, if you want to just change anything about this play, is if you want to give yourself a high-low, you can just drag A, and all your routes are still the same. You still have B going out wide on a snap throw. You have Y from the running back going underneath, but now you have A running this drag, and you see it's just going to create some confusion. If there's a man, it's going to be tough for that linebacker to get over there. Certain zones, if they're playing underneath, the cross will be open. If they play deep, the drag will be open. So that's going to be the halfback verts play. Then let's take a look here. Bunch drive brings you a lot of the same look here. It's kind of got this mesh concept, but it's got a dig from RB and then a double move corner route from A. So you're kind of getting a flood to the right with more of a high-low actually than a flood, but then you get this high-low with B and RB. So you just kind of take a look. And the reason why I like this one a lot is if you watch B here, B actually sits at the line of scrimmage for a second before he comes under. So let's just take a look at this. He stays, and then he kind of delays out. And I noticed man has really trouble stopping it. And then typically most zones, first step is backwards. So that allows B to get underneath right away. So him and Y are going to be open as checkdowns. So we've shown you B, we've shown you Y. Now let's take a look, see if we can get the dig involved or A on the corner. Just kind of reading the defense here. Looks like they gave us some space, so we just kind of snapped through. But A is going to be open on certain occasions. A lot of times it's going to be kind of snap throwing in this little pocket here, and you can steal some quick yards. Aside from that, his play later down the field is going to be really harder to hit him. And the dig route is really just, it's there. It's something over the middle in case the user vacates. But yeah, so that's going to be how that works. Now let's take a look. Zspot is a classic play. Dig return has been a staple in Madden forever. So dig return, smash return are going to be the two plays here. What makes these so good is you have this return route from zig route from B, and you notice it's not a traditional zig route. It's up about 4 to 5 yards, and then he gets out. So what happens, you can only run this a couple times before users start picking up on it, but you see it's a great 5 yards you can steal every time, and then whatever you get after the rack animation. If they leave the flat open right away, you can steal some yards there. We got cracked. We're just kind of just showing where the reads are. And here's a good example of when to hit the flats for the tight end. I don't care so much for the double move from the X receiver. Maybe if they're playing man, I like to actually put him more on a comeback route. So if he doesn't get any kind of solo coverage, but here is this backside in, and that is such an underrated route, again, because users will go to take away that zig route and everything going to the right. So that's really where the dig is going to really come into play after a couple plays and the defense trying to key on it. And then the comeback route, if we can get a chance to see it here, they're running man. Again, really just timing your guy on the break at the top of the route. That solo comeback route is just extremely tough to stop. So make sure you guys are incorporating that play. Again, very simple, little to no adjustments here. And then the final one we're going to take a look is smash return. On the smash return route, what's going to make this extremely good here is we have this drag from the point. He's going to be our first read. Then you have B on this return route coming underneath. X is going to be our later read with the deep dig. And if you want, you can put Y here on a table route if you want a quick throw over there as well to the flats. There is our drag from the point man. Again, just take your yards, make them respect. That happens so quick from that guy is that it's really hard for the defense to be able to just react. So you're going to be able to steal that a few times as you see he's wide open again. Here's the return route now getting wide open. The dig route also got open there. We just didn't throw it because the return route was open right away. Here's where you hit this dig right on his break. As you saw, that free safety was playing back, and he kind of broke on it quick. But because we threw it on the break, he wasn't able to get there in time. Again, A's corner route, because he's going to be the only guy running to the right side of the field like that, is he's not going to be a option really. Maybe if you want to put him on a sharp cutting corner, he could possibly be an option. And then Y is just going to be your quick flat read. Now again, this corner route from the tight end, he's the only route. But if they try playing man, it's going to be really tough with an off man look to be able to stop that tight end, because he's just going to be able to beat it right away and get outside. So again, make sure you guys are using these different plays between smash return, branch return, dig return, all the return routes, bunch of offset, one of the best formations in the game. Now you've already got that, and you have normal Y off close. Now let's go into here, bunch open offset. I'm going to try and stay in here quick, kind of break this down for you why this is so good. So first thing is, if you have numbers to the right, snap throw it to the right. We didn't get the snap throw, but you see, you have the numbers. We got 5 or 6 yards over there. So if you don't have numbers on the right, what we're going to look at on the left is seeing if the corner is playing within 5 yards and outside of the the receiver. If he is, we're not going to look at X, because that guy is most likely going to be able to play that route. Then you look at the box and you see, okay, 4 or 5 guys. I can just hand it off, but everybody committed down. So we throw it out to our screen here on the right. So really this is you just reading, okay, is there numbers to the right? They match personnel. Now I'm going to look at my handoff up the middle or the speed out route to the left. Again, you got to let the guy make his cut. And if it is one-on-one over there and your guy gets really good separation like that, it could be a house call early on. So add this in. That's the RPO peak wide receiver screen. There's very similar with the alert out. As you see here on the play art on the left, he's just running a screen, but the only difference is the run is a trap. So if you're playing Dynasty Play Cooldown, you can cycle between the alert out, the peak wide receiver screen. Those should be the number 1 and 2 plays that your guys are coming out in. Then what's going to happen is once they start sitting on the RPOs, now you're going to have bunch trail. Again, one of the best plays out of the bunch formation, especially from this wide set. So you're going to have X here on the comeback. We talked about that earlier. If there is a solo corner with no help, throw it at the top. If it's a break, it's going to be a catch every time. Now we're going to look B and A are on this drag and this angle route. A is a absolute killer of a route against man and gets into soft spots of zones. And then RB is going to be your post option deep over the middle if there's no help. So let's take a look here. Again, take your drag underneath. Would have been a 2 or 3 yard gain. Kind of got a good animation there, broke the tackle. But again, take your look here. And this is where A, and it looked like A might have been covered for a minute, but because of the play, is the guy was really chasing the drag underneath, and A just gets open so much. Here's the spot I was talking about for RB on the post. If you don't get a diving animation, you could get a huge, huge play for that. And then, of course, you have your little check down here to the swing route if everything is pushed up the field and they're playing deep zone coverage. So, and wheel mills, I don't run a lot, to be honest with you, but it is something that you can use, and maybe you just create a mesh concept like this, just dragging A, and you can flat route B now. I'm sorry, flat route Y, the running back, and you're just going to see whatever they give you here. They left the flats open. Pressure got to us, but running back was the read there. And we'll just run it again. Again, take your quick reads here, see what they're going to give you. 5-yard drag route. Super simple. Doesn't allow us to get caught behind in the chains. Early for yards. Now we hit the running back on that table route there. And again, another 5 yards. So this offense here is just going to steal a lot of quick yards. Also here, now it looks like they're in a man press alignment with no deep safeties. So you can put X here on a zig route if you choose. Let him kind of cook, get out, and it's going to be big plays. So bunch open offset is a great formation. Make sure you guys are using this. I'm going to touch a few plays here in the bunch strong wide here. This playbook is going to go a little bit longer than I normally like them, but again, there's just so much good stuff in here. It's kind of hard not to talk about it. And it's just going to be a shuffle. It's going to be this mid screen we talked about earlier. Mid screens are some of the best screens in the game. You really want to mix those up as it allows these linemen to get to the second level. The motion may drag people out. And again, we'll just kind of show you one time. If the motion and that is there, you can throw it. But usually a lot of times you're going to hit the screen pass here. And then, of course, you have this speed out route out to the left. It was covered there, so now I came back inside to the screen. So something else we can look at here, orbit, red zone scissors. I'm a big fan of red zone scissors concept. So this guy's going to come in motion. You're going to have this nice little out route from RB, kind of like a speed out. And then you're going to have X on his little in route inside. If you want, you can drag him if you want him to get over there a little bit quicker. And then you have this route from your running back that's going to be a corner route out of the backfield. So let's run this just a few times, just kind of show you what you're looking at. We showed you the drag. There's this little speed out route there. Got us about 5 yards. Again, super easy. I'm just reading the outside. If nobody gets outside right away, RB is going to be a throw right away. Y sometimes can be this nice little quick throw in this gap here. Then there's other times when they play hard flats. We'll see if we can get that look here that he will get open a little bit further down the sideline. And that's exactly what we're looking for there. Orbit Zspot is going to be the next play we look at. And again, I love the Zspot concept, and you can leave this actually 100% stock. Or the only adjustment I'll make is I'll put B here on a streak. So it has that flood concept to the right. So it'll allow RB to sit in a nice spot on the sideline. And you have this backside post coming over later that's going to get underneath and possibly be a bomb. So let's just see how this plays out. Again, if nobody is going to play the flats like this, you take your free yards. All right, we will throw underneath all game until they take it away from us. Make them respect it. See what they're going to give us here. we got a bad throw animation for interception, but you saw X was wide open on his post route. See if they're going to give us the post again here. No. Oh, yep. Gave us the post. He got open against man. They kind of played a robber there where he matched up on him. But you saw we were able to just click on underneath, make the easy, simple catch. Got dig return. Again, very similar to how we ran in the other formation. But now we have these 4 people here on the right side of the formation. So if anybody plays a matching defense, it will not work. 4 wide receivers or 4 receiving options on a particular side will cancel out match. So it's just going to play the regular zone coverage they chose. Again, that is that return route. It just gets open in such a nice little pocket. You're going to read that. You have the flat, the dig. Everything's the same. Only if you want to add something different here, put Y on it in route. Now I see this outside look here from this corner. I'm going to put X on a speed out. Throw it to him. Again, not rocket science. If you see your outside receivers not getting pressed or a corner playing way off, just put them on an out route. Throw it to him every time. I'm just going to show you again. Here, plays off. Terrible throw animation, and we still got 5 yards. The corners, just the best corners in the game, aren't going to be able to react that fast to that particular throw. And that wraps up day 5 of the 10-day playbook challenge. The Maryland playbook is ridiculous. We touched on so many formations, and we still didn't even get a chance to dive into so many without this video going an hour long. If this video helped you improve your game and you want to get more tips and videos like this, drop a like, hit the sub button so you don't miss any more of the playbook breakdowns or tips for the rest of the year. I'm going to be dropping heat all year long. And don't forget, when we hit 300 subs, the first person to comment is going to get a custom video breakdown of the formation that they run. And it could be you next. This is Louisianimal Gaming. I'll catch you guys in the next one.